The printing press and the internet were both two very important factors many years before and still are today. The printing press was one of the most important creations in the world's history. It was invented by a German named Johannes Gutenberg in 1445 in the 15th century. The printing press can copy a large piece of writing and like that sends it to many people, families and houses. It also enables the fast flow of information and led to the spread of new ideas and people to communicate in a new and better way.
The Internet, an amazing invention. The Internet was definitely designed like no other technological product before its time, and many even after, in the sense that it had various inventors, not just a single one, even though some inventors contributed more than others. JCR Licklider Joseph Carl Robnet was a computer scientist who, along with others, contributed to this amazing invention. He was the first to create and have social interactions in the computer. J.C. Robnet had discussed with many his concept of the galactic network, a vision of his that revolved around the idea of a set of globally connected computers in which we could access programs and information. The ARPANET was also an ingenious group that contributed in the making of the Internet. The ARPANET revolved around experts and scientists that were afraid of the effects from the Soviet attack at their time. They made many inferences because of this on the idea of the Internet. The ARPANET contributed parts of the Internet that we use today, but back then it was for their own good.
The printing press had a lot of impact on the world. It became possible for people in the period of the Renaissance to send texts much quicker than before, and books could also be read. So like that, people became more educated. Before the printing press existed, people only obtained books by copying them, and it took them a lot of time to finish them. But now they are able to write and communicate much faster than before. The printing press impacted people's daily life because it made people become more educated by reading and writing. It also created the ability to produce food cheaply and in quantities, and it made a stronger economy. It enabled books and created a better civilization.
The Internet had a huge impact through the years. I mean, imagine how you would live differently without it. The invention of the Internet tainted our life in an excellent and immense way. There is no doubt about that. Issues that could be repaired by having the Internet were operating systems, the active global address, loss of communication, countries interacting, government codes, and etc. And there were also doubts of performance and efficiency in the beginning. When you connect local networks, you can create gateways by working through special computers in each network. The Internet then led to a program called Google, which allows anyone to search for pretty much anything that pops up in their mind. And locations on Google Maps, images, websites, electronic mails, etc. The commercial side of the Internet and technology was shown when brands started contests and acted competitive with their products, always bringing new ideas and making the Internet an even better place.
One legacy of the printing press is education, because without education, people wouldn't be able to write, read, and talk. In the period of the Renaissance, to work on the printing press machines, people needed to be able to write, so without education, they wouldn't be able to do that, and people wouldn't be able to spread communication and knowledge. Another legacy is the advancement of technology, because now the printing press saves time. Before the printing press existed, people needed to write all by hand, and it took them much more time than now because messengers needed to travel to take the message with them to the place where the message needed to be sent. But now with the printing press, it saves much more time because now you can type the message and use mail. And other resources that can help communicate much faster.
The influence of the Internet is quite strong, as if it was taken away today, many couldn't live today. In fact, they wouldn't have many abilities. Many people wouldn't be famous and couldn't communicate with others. Communication and work on the computer, all technology really, has never been so advanced until the Internet came along. The Internet changed the meaning of all this great idea of communication. It gave them a real purpose. The Internet is a global source of communication that makes it so much easier to catch news and friends. Now you can have a whole other life on your laptop. In the past, the Internet was used more for important data and files. Also science and communication. But nowadays we go on the Internet for anything. Now that we have programs for search and social networks, it would be difficult to live without it.
There were a lot of factors that impacted the printing press and the internet. One of them was money, because to create the printing press and the internet, the creators needed a lot of money to finance the project. The main creator of the internet, Joseph Carr Robert Licklider, has suffered a problem with money because lots of money was involved in the creation of the internet. The Advanced Research Project Agency Network also contributed to the ideas going towards the internet using the projects at research labs and universal colleges. A common factor of the printing press and the internet will be the new knowledge and the ability of each one. For example, you wouldn't have a proper product or machine to print out what you wanted if you didn't have the internet to give that product. Also, you wouldn't be able to show the amazing ideas from the internet onto paper without the printing press. I guess the internet will need the printing press more because the printing press had printed other products long before both the internet and the computer. Knowledge was also important because without the knowledge, they wouldn't be able to have all those facts, information, and skills acquired to create the printing press and the internet. Another common factor will be the new forms of technology that came with both the printing press and the internet. The internet brought new forms of technology in an obvious way, especially the fact that people use technology like computers more when they had internet. The internet allowed them to access never before seen information and even simple questions. The printing press brought a new form of technology because there wasn't much technology at that time the printing press was created, and it allowed information to be properly printed along with pictures and codes like it was never done before that time. Money was important because without the money Gutenberg and JCR achieved, they wouldn't be able to create those innovations, which are the printing press and the internet, that now exist and are very inspiring to many people today. New knowledge and new forms of technology were also important because they were very helpful and connect to our world. These factors being improved made our life a lot easier, and these innovations do the same because of those factors.